Now, particularly during this period of weather here in Europe, our bikes get absolutely filthy. And one of the areas which suffers the most is in fact your rear wheel, because all of the rubbish from the road tends to fly up and accumulate onto it. Now, one of the areas of particular importance here is obviously the cassette. That's ultra important on your bike, and they can in fact come at a pretty penny too. So, for example, a Campagnolo Super Record cassette, that's £425, 500 euros, or $580 US. So it is worth taking care of that. So today I'm going to show you how to get it nice and clean without even having to remove it from the free hub, as well as a cheeky little bonus hub clean you can do whilst riding along. Now this one is a really nice and simple job to do, and you can either do it before or after washing your bike, depending on how filthy it is, and also depending on how good a job you've done at washing it. You are going to need, though, a couple of different things. You are going to need an old rag or an old t-shirt, or, well, Doddy from GMBN, I've just got this. This is his brand new tea towel. And also, to get a really good sparkling cassette, you're going to need some of these too, some pipe cleaners. Of course, you don't need it in the rainbow coloured edition, what I've got here, but these make the world of difference. So with the back wheel removed, it does help if it's nice and clean actually, because you don't want to ruin your favourite trousers, for instance. But you're going to put it something like this in between your legs, and then using your old rag, simply place it in between a couple of the sprockets. It's easier if you start at one end of the cassette rather than in the middle. That way you know which ones you've already cleaned and you can work towards the other ones. The process though is really, really simple. Grab it nice and tight, put it in between the sprockets and simply go backwards and forwards. And now the ratchets of the free hub mechanism are actually preventing the cassette from turning forwards, and in doing so, you're removing all of that rubbish. Now, something to be ultra aware of here, because it happened to someone I know very well, is a lot of the rubbish can actually fall out onto the floor. And if you're not very careful, you can end up stepping on that and then traipsing it around your house, and then your mother going absolutely crazy at you, or your other half, or your loved one, for instance. So just be very cautious about doing so. Always clean up the mess afterwards. Simply go through each individual sprocket gap and repeat the process. And you're going to have yourself a really nice looking cassette at the end of the job. But we're not finished just yet. Oh no. Of course, you could always apply a little bit of degreaser on there too, just to make the job a little bit easier. But well, I like to use the good old fashioned John Canning's elbow grease to try and degrease from the cassette. And also, when you finish using that rag or t-shirt, break out the pipe cleaner. So repeat exactly the same process, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get rid of some more grime. As you can see, look at that, filthy. And I thought that was nice and clean in there. I was going to eat my dinner off of it. Nope. So I'm going to repeat the process and just get even more of that grime out of the cassette. Then we're nearly done. Now, what about those little holes then in the cassette sprockets? Because they can absolutely fill up with grime and dirt, and it's absolutely disgusting. Well, keep hold of that pipe cleaner, because you'll be able to just thread that through nice and easily. They're nice and small, the wire diameter, and just poke it through, and you can then get rid of all that grime. It's incredibly satisfying doing this, as well as using the pipe cleaner to actually clean the grooves in between the sprockets. These are a staple part of every mechanic's toolbox. What about that then? That's absolutely sparkling clean now, if I may say so myself. James, he's going to be incredibly thankful for me cleaning his cassette. Hopefully he'll buy me a coffee later. Won't you, James? Right, what about then that little Billy bonus hub cleaning trick I told you about? Well, in fact, I haven't told you about it yet, but I did mention it. Get yourself another pipe cleaner, and what you're going to do is actually wrap it around the hub shell, not too tight, not too loose, but you want it so that it certainly can move around it once you twist the ends together. But what are we going to be doing here then? Well, this is quite an old school little bit of kit. You can actually make them out of leather, or kind of like a little wire brush if you like. And in turn, when you're riding along, what's going to be happening is that due to gravity, the heaviest part, which is going to be the ends, which I twist together, will remain at the bottom of the hub shell as the hub shell spins around it. And in doing so, this pipe cleaner is going to be polishing the hub shell as you ride Maybe not the most elegant thing for your favourite race wheels or such like, but certainly for a pair of training wheels or commuting wheels, it is going to make sure that your hub shell remains nice and clean, because depending on number of spokes in your wheel, sometimes that can be an absolute pain to get in there and get nice and clean again, can't it? So there we are. Not only has James now got a really clean cassette, he's also got himself an ever-cleaning hub shell. Of course, do be aware that if you are going to use something using a very abrasive type material here, I suppose you could actually wear through your hub shell, but that would take some extremely long number of hours on the bike, I'm sure, to do that. As ever, remember to like and share this video with your friends, and also tell someone about it who has got a really filthy cassette and needs to clean it, as well as the hub shell there too. Don't forget to check out the GCN shop at shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com, where we have a whole heap of goodies, including some of these very limited edition Black Friday t-shirts, as well as riding kit, caps, and some other goodies in there too. So don't miss out on that one, it's very important. And now for another great video, how about clicking just down here? And I'm going to see if James gives me another coffee for, well, cleaning up his hub shell, because that's going to be cleaning as he rides now.